Good morning, radio fans. This is Big Al back with another edition of AM and FM radio stations from across the country. And today we are back in the Lone Star State in the capital city of Austin, Texas. A station where there's a bunch of history here. There's an AM and FM station who both got their call signs from a former U.S. president. This is also home of one of the oldest radio stations in the country that's been in operation since 1926. And plenty of other things I will be getting into as well. So, this is going to be a quick one. This wasn't as big as a market as I thought it would be. According to Arbitron's ratings, Austin is the 32nd largest radio market in the U.S. So it is the 32nd largest radio market, but based on the information I have taken down, it doesn't feel like it. I only found 40 full power stations in the Austin area, 13 on AM and 27 on FM, and that's not including 12 FM translator stations. There may be more than that, but I calculated 12 here. So let's dive right in and get to the Austin, Texas radio market. Starting on the AM side of the dial with 590 Klbj Am Austin. They're known as Newsradio Klbj, Austin's 24-hour news station. This is a news talk station with news updates from Fox News Radio, also programming from Premier Radio Networks and Westwood One, and local news and weather from Fox-owned and operated television station KTBC TV Channel 7. Klbj AM is owned by Sinclair Telecable Incorporated and is operated by Austin, Texas-based Waterloo Media. They operate an FM translator station on 99.7 FM, which is K259AJ Austin. Notable programming you'll hear on Klbj AM include Rush Limbaugh, Buck Sexton, Clyde Lewis, Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie, and America in the Morning with John Trout. 970 is KIXL, Del Valley, Texas. This is the Austin affiliate of Relevant Radio, bridging the gap between faith and everyday life. KIXL features a Catholic talk format with programming from Relevant Radio, and they are owned by Immaculate Heart Media Incorporated. On 1060 is the only daytime-only station in the Austin area, and that's KFIT, Lockhart, Texas. They're known as Gospel 1060, your home of praise and inspiration. This station offers a gospel music format and is owned by KFIT Incorporated, Darrell Martin Interests. Again, KFIT is a daytime-only station required by the FCC to sign off the air at sundown, but they do operate a translator station in Austin on 103.9 FM, which is K280 GN. And programming is also simulcast on KRMY 1050 AM in Killeen, Texas. 1120 is KTXW, Maynard, Texas. They're known as The Bridge. KTXW, 1120 AM and 101.1 FM. Today's Christian Talk. They broadcast a Christian talk and teaching format from the Salem Radio Network and are currently owned by GLG Media LLC. And they operate FM translator station K266CI Austin on 101.1 FM. Notable programming heard on the bridge include Charles Stanley, Chuck Swindoll, David Jeremiah, and Jim Daly. 1260 is KTAE Elgin, Texas. They're known as 1260 AM The Horn. This is the Austin affiliate of the Sports Map Radio Network, which was previously known as SB Nation Radio. And they are owned by Genuine Austin Radio LP. This station is the AM simulcast of KTXX 104.9 FM, Bee Cave, Texas. 1300 is Kvet Am Austin. They're known as AM 1300 1031 The Zone, Austin's sports talk leader. This is the Fox Sports Radio affiliate in Austin, and they are also the radio flagship station of the Texas State Bobcats. So their football games and their men's basketball games are heard on The Zone. They are also the Austin affiliate of Houston Texans football, San Antonio Spurs basketball. They also list this station as the Austin affiliate for Houston Astros baseball, but they're heard on a co-owned translator station. And they also have additional programming from Westwood One, Learfield Sports, as in the Texas State Network, as well as Compass Media Networks. KVET AM is owned by iHeartMedia, one of 5 stations in the Austin area that is owned by iHeartMedia, and their signal is repeated on KVET FM 98.1 HD2 Austin, and they operate translator station K276EL on 103.1 FM in Austin. Notable programming on 1300 and 1031 The Zone include The Dan Patrick Show, The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Doug Gottlieb, Rich Eisen, The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker, John Clay Wolf, and Fox Sports Radio's morning drive program called Outkick the Coverage with Clay Travis. 1370 is KJCE, Rollingwood, Texas. This station is known as Talk Radio 1370, the right choice. This is a conservative talk radio station with news updates from CBS News and programming from Premier Radio Networks and Westwood One. Notable programming on Talk Radio 1370 include This Morning, America's First News with Gordon Deal, Ryan Kilmeade, Dave Ramsey, Sean Hannity, Michael Berry, whose talk show is based out of Houston, Joe Pags, Michael Savage, and the nationally syndicated Red Eye Radio, which airs during the overnight hours. KJCE is also the Austin affiliate for the Texas A&M Aggies. So you'll hear Aggies football and men's basketball on Talk Radio 1370, which is owned by Intercom Communications and is repeated on sister station KKMJ 95.5 FM HD2 Austin. On 1440 is KELG, Manor, Texas. They're known as KELG 1440 AM. This is a Spanish Christian station owned by Encino Broadcasting, LLC. 1450 is KCTI Gonzales, Texas. This is Texas Public Radio. Real, reliable Texas Public Radio. They broadcast a news talk format with news and programming from NPR and additional programming from American Public Media and Public Radio International. This station is owned by San Antonio-based Texas Public Radio and operates translator station K223CZ on 92.5 FM in Gonzales. 1490 and broadcasting in high definition. In fact, this is the only AM station in Austin broadcasting in high definition, and that's Ktsn Am Austin. They're known as Sun Radio, the best music under the sun. They play adult album alternative as well as Americana. And they are locally owned by both Township Media LLC, DBA, and the Sun Radio Network. Which, speaking of which, is repeated on full power stations Ktsn FM 88.9 in Blowout, Texas, and KCTI FM 88.1 in Gonzales, Texas. They also list KTHE FM 96.3 Llano, Texas, and KMSN FM 104.1 Mason, Texas. Both those stations presently are not on the air. They both have construction permits. Programming is also repeated on translator stations K261DW 100.1 FM Austin, K241DA 96.1 FM Huddle, K260BC 99.9 FM San Marcos, K295CK 106.9 FM Luckenbach, and all those translator stations and the repeaters are owned by Sun Radio Network. Programming is also repeated on KDRP LP 103.1 FM Dripping Springs, Texas, which is currently owned by Principal Broadcasting Foundation, and KLZT 107.1 FM HD3 Bastrop, Texas, which is technically owned by Sinclair Telecable Incorporated and operated by Austin-based Waterloo Media, although Wikipedia has them listed as the station being owned by MS Communications. In fact, MS Communications leases KLZT's third digital subchannel. This is listed as Austin's oldest radio station, signing on the air as KGDR 1500 AM in San Antonio in 1926. The station moved to the 1490 frequency and also moved its operations from San Antonio to Austin in 1929. It was there where they became KUT AM. And the station moved to the present day 1490 frequency in Austin in 1941. 1530 is KZNX, Creedmoor, Texas. La Palabra Radio, translated in English as The Word. La Estación que te... Let me try this again. La estación que te conduce al cielo. That's translated in English as the station that connects you to heaven. That said, this is a Spanish Christian station which is owned by America Telecommunications Group Incorporated. KZNX operates FM translator station 95.1 K236AY, Westlake Hills, Texas. 1560 is KTXZ, Westlake Hills, Texas. Para la Gente, 1560 AM. This station broadcasts a Tejano format, which is owned by Encino Broadcasting, LLC. And they operate FM translator station K231CZ on 94.1 FM in Austin. And wrapping up the AM dial is 1600 KOKE AM, Pflugerville, Texas. Burro Nordeno, 1600 AM. This is a regional Mexican station also owned by Encino Broadcasting, LLC. And they currently have a construction permit from the Federal Communications Commission to build an FM translator station on 107.9 FM. So that's the AM dial. Now let's go to the FM dial, starting with the traditional non-commercial band. 88.1 channel 201 is Knle Fm, Round Rock, Texas. They're known as Candle 88.1, the light of the hill country. They broadcast a mix of contemporary Christian music and religious programming, which is owned by Ixoye Productions Incorporated. I can't even pronounce that word. Ixoye. Alright, 88.7 channel 204 is KAZI Austin. KAZI 88.7, the voice of Austin community. The Voice of Austin. This is a community radio station broadcasting an urban contemporary format owned by Austin Community Radio Incorporated. 88.9 channel 205 is of course Ktsn FM, Blowout, Texas. Sun Radio, the best music under the sun. This station again plays adult album alternative music as well as Americana. They're owned by Township Media LLC and the Sun Radio Network. And this is the FM simulcast of Ktsn 1490 AM Austin, which, as I mentioned earlier, is the city's oldest operating radio station, on the air since 1926. But has been broadcasting in Austin since 1929. 89.5 channel 208, broadcasting in high definition, is KMFA Austin. KMFA, classical 89.5, on key, offbeat. On FM and HD1 is classical music with no additional subchannels. This station is presently owned by Capital Broadcasting Association, Incorporated. 89.9 channel 210 is KTSW, San Marcos, Texas. KTSW, the other side of radio. They broadcast an alternative rock format and is owned by Texas State University, whose campus is located in San Marcos. 90.5 channel 213, broadcasting in high definition, is KUT Austin. KUT 90.5, Austin's NPR station. FM and HD1 is news talk with programming and news from NPR. And on HD2 is the 24/7 feed of the BBC World Service. KUT is owned by the University of Texas at Austin. 91.7 channel 219 is a timeshare frequency in the Austin area. The first station on 91.7 is KOOP Hornsby, Texas. 91.7 KOOP community radio for Austin. This is a community radio station which is owned by the Texas Education Broadcasting Cooperative. The other station in this timeshare agreement on 91.7 is KVRX Austin. KVRX 91.7. None of the hits, all of the time. And they also have another slogan, Your Texas Independent Music Authority. Okay. Clear my throat there for a second. KVRX broadcasts a free-form and specialty music format as well as community programming and sports, and they are owned by the University of Texas at Austin. Now, as I said, 91.7 is a timeshare frequency, which is occupied by KOOP Monday through Fridays from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time, and then Saturday and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Central Time. And then KVRX broadcasts on 91.7 from 7 p.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time, Monday through Fridays, and 10 p.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time, Saturday and Sundays. KOOP's programs are streamed online at their website, koop.org, while KVRX is broadcasting on 91.7. Meanwhile, KVRX's programming is streamed 24 hours a day on their website, also on TuneIn Radio and on iTunes. And that's the traditional non-commercial band. Now let's move to the commercial band on FM, starting with 92.5, channel 223. KVLR Sunset Valley. This is the Austin affiliate of the Klbj radio network, operating a contemporary Christian music format from the Educational Media Foundation, or EMF. KVLR operates translator stations K221GC on 92.1 FM in Austin and K225CA on 92.9 FM in Del Valle, Texas. Klbj's programming is also heard on KYLR 92.1 FM, Hutto, Texas, and KMLR 106.3 FM, Gonzales, Texas. 93.3, channel 227, broadcasting in high definition, is KGSR, Cedar Park, Texas. They're known as Star 93.3, nothing but the hits. Wikipedia lists them as an adult contemporary station on its FM and HD1 subchannel. But I read in their article that they have since shifted to a hot adult contemporary format. HD2 is a free-form station known as Austin City Limits Radio, which is relayed over translator station K246BD 97.1 FM Austin. And then HD3 is a heavy metal station known as No Control Radio. KGSR is owned by Sinclair Telecable Incorporated and locally operated by Waterloo Media. 93.7, channel 229, also broadcasting in high definition, is Klbj FM Austin. 93.7 Klbj, the Rock of Austin. FM and HD1 is album-oriented rock. And then HD2 is blues. Klbj FM, whose call sign stands for the former U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson, whose family owned both Klbj AM and FM, is owned by Sinclair Telecable Incorporated and operated by Waterloo Media. So again, Klbj AM and FM were once owned by the family of former President Lyndon B. Johnson. That's how they got the Klbj call sign for both stations. That they took over ownership of both stations in 1973. As before then, these stations were known as KTBC AM and KTBC FM. Of course, that call sign is used on the current Fox owned and operated television station in Austin on Channel 7. All right, 94.7 Channel 234 is KAMX Luling, Texas. Mix 94.7, today's best mix. This is a hot adult contemporary station from Intercom Communications. 95.5 Channel 238, broadcasting in high definition, is KKMJ FM Austin. Magic 95.5, better music for a better workday. On FM and HD1 is adult contemporary plus Christmas music during the holidays. HD2 is the simulcast of Talk Radio 1370 KJCE. And then on HD3 is classic hip hop known as Hot 95.9, which is relayed on translator station K240EL 95.9 FM Austin. KKMJ FM is owned by Intercom Communications. 96.7 Channel 244, broadcasting in high definition, is KHFI FM Georgetown, Texas. 96.7 Kiss FM, Austin's #1 hit music station. On FM and HD1 is Top 40 CHR, and HD2 is hot adult contemporary known as Today's Mix. KHFI is owned by iHeartMedia. 98.1 Channel 251, broadcasting in high definition, is KVET FM Austin. 98.1 Kvet, playing your all-time country favorites. FM and HD1 is country music with no additional subchannels. This station is also owned by iHeartMedia. 98.9 Channel 255, broadcasting in high definition, is KUTX Leander, Texas. They're known as KUTX 98.9, the Austin Music Experience. This is an adult album alternative station with programming from National Public Radio. And this is the third of 3 stations owned by the University of Texas at Austin. 99.3 Channel 257 is KOKE FM Thorndell, Texas. They're known as Koke FM, Koke being spelled Koke. Austin's country alternative. Wikipedia has them listed as a progressive country station owned by Genuine Austin Radio LP. And they also list translator station K253AN 98.5 FM Sunset Valley as a repeater. 100.7 Channel 264, broadcasting in high definition, is KASE FM Austin. Case 101, Today's Country. FM and HD1 is country music with programming from Premier Radio Networks. And on HD2 is alternative rock labeled as Austin's Alt 97.5, which is relayed over translator station K248CU on 97.5 FM in Austin. Alt 97.5 is the official Austin area affiliate of the Houston Astros, so all their games are heard on Alt 97.5. KASE-FM is owned by iHeartMedia. 101.5, Channel 268 is KROX-FM, Buda, Texas. 101X, Alternative Austin. This is an alternative rock station owned by Sinclair Telecable Incorporated and operated by Austin-based Waterloo Media. 102.3, Channel 272, broadcasting in high definition, is KPEZ Austin. 102.3, The Beat, Austin's hits and hip-hop. FM and HD1 is Rhythmic Top 40. And HD2 is Dance and EDM as Pride Radio. KPAZ, or KPAZ as the locals call it, is owned by iHeartMedia. 103.5, Channel 278, also broadcasting in high definition, is Kbpa, San Marcos, Texas. 103.5, Bob FM. We play anything. On FM and HD1 is Adult Hits. So this is kind of a Jack FM type station. HD2 is a mix of rhythmic, contemporary, and dance music known as Mega 103.5 HD2. Their slogan is Move to It. Kbpa is owned by Sinclair Telecable Incorporated and operated by Waterloo Media, again based in Austin. 103.9, Channel 280 is more of a fringe station in the Austin area, and that's KBEY, Burnett, Texas. Radio Picayune, 103.9, Texas Best Country, owned by Victory Publishing Company Limited. This station broadcasts a country music format. 104.3, Channel 282 is KLQB, Taylor, Texas. Kbpa, 104.3, Solamente Éxitos y Diversión. This is a regional Mexican station owned by Univision Communications and the Euphoria Audio Network. All right, final page, final four stations. 104.9, Channel 285, broadcasting in high definition, is KTXX-FM, B Cave, Texas. This station is known as 104.9 The Horn. FM and HD1 is a sports format and is the Austin affiliate of the newly renamed Sports Map Radio Network, previously known as SB Nation Radio, and I think 4 other names too. This is the radio flagship station of the Texas Longhorns, hence their branding, The Horn. So you'll be hearing Longhorns football and men's basketball on 104.9 The Horn. And enough. HD2 is a regional Mexican station known as Fiesta 98.5. And according to Wikipedia, this is repeated over translator station K253AN 98.5 FM, Sunset Valley, Texas. HD3 is a Spanish Christian station known as Kyla Radio. They are relayed over translator station K293BF 106.5 FM, Comanche Trail, Texas. And then HD4 is a classic hits station, and I love the branding of this one. They're known as 105.3 The Bat. This is relayed over translator station K287FG 105.3 FM Austin. Ktx FM is owned by Genuine Austin Radio LP. 105.9 Channel 290, broadcasting in high definition, KFMK, Round Rock, Texas. This station is known as Spirit 105.9, positive music safe for your family. FM and HD1 is contemporary Christian music with no additional subchannels. This station is owned by Krista Ministries. 107.1 Channel 296, broadcasting in high definition, is KLZT, Bastrop, Texas. La Zeta, 107.1, Puros Trancasos. FM HD1 is regional Mexican. HD2 is Spanish contemporary known as Latina 1027 or Latina 1027. Relayed on translator station K274AX 102.7 FM Austin. And then HD3 is the simulcast of Sun Radio, the low power simulcast of Sun Radio, broadcasting Americana and adult album alternative music, which is simulcast over KDRP LP 103.1 FM, Dripping Springs, Texas, which is part of the Sun Radio Network. KLZT is owned by Sinclair Telecable Incorporated and locally operated by Waterloo Media. And then the final station in the Austin area that we'll talk about is 107.7 Channel 299, broadcasting in high definition, KLJA, Georgetown. Amor, 107.7. FM HD1 is Spanish adult contemporary, and then HD2 is listed as Tejano. KLJA is owned by Univision Communications and the Euphoria Audio Network. So that is a look at the AM and FM radio stations in the Lone Star State capital of Austin, Texas. All right, be sure to join me tomorrow as I talk about the latest news from the world of radio in another installment of This Week in Radio. That's coming out tomorrow. And then my next set of AM and FM radio stations from across the country continues with a radio tour of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So be on the lookout for that. I'll have that up sometime next week. Until then, this is Big Al signing off. Have a great Thursday, and I will talk to you tomorrow on news. And I will talk to you tomorrow on This Week in Radio. Peace out.